Okay, so you're able to hear my voice?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay then, fine. So this is how you have to represent your phase voltages, and line voltages are going to have an amplitude of root 3 times more than your phase voltage, and the phase angle will be 30 degrees leading with respect to that corresponding phase. Okay, so what does it mean? VAB is plus 30 with respect to VAN. VBC is plus 30 with respect to VBN. Correct na? So VCA will be plus 30 with respect to VCN. That means AB will be here, BC will be exactly 90 degrees in the downward direction. Okay, and VCA, if you talk, that will be somewhere here. Okay, so 30 degrees ahead of VCN it should come, so it will fall somewhere here, right? So VCA will be falling in this position, and VBC will be falling exactly 90 degrees in the downward direction. Okay, so the 120 degrees phase shift between the line voltages remains. Okay, so 120 degrees phase difference will be existing even in the line voltage case also. Okay. I hope it is clear to everyone. Okay, regarding representation of phase voltages and representation of line voltages and the phase difference that exists between line voltages as well as between phase voltages. And remember, your line voltage RMS value is always root 3 times more than the RMS value of the phase voltage for a balanced system. Okay. So line voltage is between which terminals here? That means VAB is the voltage measured between this A and this B. You are understanding? That means if I connect a voltmeter between terminal A and terminal B, I am going to observe root 3 times more than the RMS value of phase voltage. Okay, let's say if the RMS value of phase voltage is 100 volts, VAB voltmeter placed across A and B will show a value of 100 into root 3, which is 173 volts. Okay, voltmeter will not show any phase angle. It will only show the RMS value of phase voltage, RMS value of voltage between any two terminals. Okay, right. Okay, so the load, and now we are talking about. So we have seen what is a balanced star connected source. Okay, so now if a balanced star connected load is connected to a balanced star connected source, okay, then what will be the currents in that system? Okay, that we will see now. So this part is already we have seen, that is nothing but a balanced star connected source, VAN, VBN and VCN. Okay, and this is a balanced star connected load. Okay, so if I say balanced, then the impedance in all the three phases should be same. So here I am representing with ZP, that means impedance per phase. Okay, so this ZP is same in all the three phases. Okay, so that's why it is called as a balanced load. Okay, right. So always remember, in this course we are going to have a standard representation. Always the source is represented with small letter. Okay, A, B and C all are represented with small alphabets, and this is capital A, capital B, and capital C. So that means load side terminals are represented with capital letters, and source side terminals are represented with small letters. Okay, this is what the standard we are following. Okay, different books can follow different standards. Okay, so what will be the current in this phase? Can anyone say in terms of voltage and impedance, what could be the current flowing in this particular phase from A to N? In the load,
ANA by ZP.
ZP.
how much V?
AN by ZP. Yes, sir.
VAN by
ZP, sir.
okay, VAN by ZP. Why means this A terminal from the source is directly going and connecting to A terminal of your load. Okay, and we are assuming an ideal wire. That means the conducting wire what we have seen is actually an ideal wire. That means there is no resistance in that or no impedance in that. So that means the voltage at terminal A from the source is same as the voltage at terminal A at the load. Okay, right. So same voltage is coming and appearing here. And
Sir, one
the
doubt,
neutrals are also connected, and we are assuming zero impedance even for the neutral wire. Okay, right. So that means VAB at the source, VAN at the source is same as V capital AN at the load. Okay, same voltage is coming and appearing across this impedance ZP. Okay, so what will be the current? VAN divided by ZP, that will give you the phasor form of the current flowing in phase A. Okay, so that is the current which is flowing in phase A. Okay, you remember one more point, in a star connected system, your line current and phase current is same. Okay, phase current means current flowing from A to N. Line current means current flowing from this small a to capital A. Okay, so line current is represented by I small a capital A. Okay, as shown here. So this is called line current. Current flowing from small a to capital A. That is called as line current. Current flowing from capital A at the load to neutral. That is called as phase current in the load. Since in a star connected system, line current is in series with your phase winding, okay, phase load. So line current and phase current are same. That means IAA is same as I capital AN. Okay, right. So load impedance is represented by ZP between each line and neutral. ZP is between one line and neutral at the load terminals. So IAA is given as VAN, this voltage, same as this voltage divided by impedance ZP. So this is IAA. Line current or phase current both mean the same. Okay. What will be IBB? Same. VBN. Where is VBN? Here. So this is getting connected to this terminal. So VBN divided by ZP. That is called as IBB. Okay. How I can represent VBN? Since it's a balanced system, VBN can also be represented as VAN at an angle of minus 120. Okay. Because only 120 phase difference exists between the voltages in a balanced system. So VBN is equals to VAN at an angle of minus 120. Okay. So if this VAN divided by ZP, if I call it as VAN, that is IAN. So IAA at an angle of minus 120 degrees. Right. Is it clear? I hope there is no much complication in this. Simply I am substituting VBN in terms of VAN, and VAN divided by ZP, I am calling it as IAA. So IAA at an angle of minus 120 will be IBB. Similarly, ICC, if you see, it will be IAA at an angle of minus 240. Is it clear to everyone? Or anyone has doubt in this notation or phase angle? Okay. So what will be the neutral current here? So neutral current is sum of all the three phase currents, because if you apply KCL at this point, IAA is flowing in this direction, IBB in this direction, ICC in this direction. That means all are flowing coming to the neutral point of the load. So from there, it should come out applying KCL. So sum of all these three currents should be equal to your neutral current INN, and for a balanced system that will be equals to 0. For a balanced source and balanced load condition, it will be equals to 0. If you want, you can expand these three terms you can add. Let's say IAA at an angle of minus 120, IAA at an angle of minus 240. If you add up all these three, you will observe that the phasor addition will result to 0 value. Okay, so the neutral carries no current if the source and load are both balanced. Okay, so for a star connected system, this is the neutral current carries 0 current. Okay, so this is for a balanced star connected system. That means star connected source connected to a star connected load. What will happen for a balanced star connected source connected to a delta connected load? So the previous slide, everyone is clear, right? Or anyone has doubt in that? Okay, you are able to hear me, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So we have seen star connected source connected to star connected load. Now we'll see star connected source connected to delta connected load. Okay, so source side everything remains same, nothing is going to change. Okay, okay. So if you are assuming line and phase voltages, obviously the amplitude of all the phase voltages should be same, since it's a balanced load, balanced source, and line voltages should also be same. Okay, so line voltage is RMS value will be modulus of VAB phasor, that is same as modulus of VBC phasor. That means we are considering only the amplitude or RMS value. Okay, so source side these two conditions remain same, and line voltage will be root 3 times more than the phase voltage, that also we have seen, and VAB will be root 3 VP at an angle of 30 degrees. If you represent in terms of phasor, line voltage will be 30 degrees leading with respect to corresponding phase voltage. So that's why plus 30 degrees have come in this line voltage VAB. Okay. Now we will see on the source side what is going to happen. Okay. So what will be this current IAB? Can you say in terms of voltage and impedance? IAB phasor. IAB is the
VAB.
current. IAB is
VAB
the
by
current flowing from phase A of this A terminal to B terminal on the load side. Okay, so what will be that value?
VAB by JP.
VAB by JP, because A is connected to this A terminal and this B is connected to this B terminal. So simply you have to find out the line voltage here and simply divide that line voltage with this corresponding impedance ZP to get your phase current. Okay. Similarly for other two phases also. So IAB is equals to VAB divided by ZP. IBC is equals to VBC divided by ZP. Okay. Right. And ICA is given by this expression. Or otherwise you can find one value and simply add minus 120 to that to get IBC, and again add minus 120 or minus 240 to that to get ICA. Since it's a balanced system, you can simply add minus 120 and minus 240 to IAB to get the remaining two currents. Okay. So this is in a delta connected system, phase current we have seen. Okay. So what will be the line current now? Can anyone say what will be the expression for line current IAA? expression means applying KCL at this point. IAA is equals to how much in terms of IAB and ICA maybe?
IAB minus ICA.
Okay. So IAA is equals to IAB minus ICA. How we are getting that? You are simply applying KCL at terminal A at the load side. Okay. So if you apply KCL, this is incoming current, this is also incoming current. Sum of incoming currents should be equals to sum of outgoing currents. If you apply that, IAA is equals to IAB minus ICA. Okay. So that means if you know the phase voltage on the source side, you can find out the line voltage. From that line voltage divided by impedance, you can find out the phase current. And in a delta connected system, phase current and line current are not same. They will have a difference. Okay. So line current you can find out by applying KCL at this node terminal A. Okay. Similarly, you can find out the other line currents also by applying KCL at node B and KCL at node C. Clear? So that means if I give only one phase voltage value and say it is a balanced system, completely balanced system, source and load, and if I give ZP, you can calculate all line voltages in the system, all line currents in the system, all phase currents in the system. Okay. Only one information is required. Any one phase voltage I want to know, and this ZP I should know. All others I should be able to calculate. Anyway, let's see that. So IAA will be IAB minus ICA, and IBB given by this expression ICC is equals to ICA minus IBC. Okay. So for a balanced system, consider the three phase currents are of equal amplitude. Okay. Always balanced system currents are of equal amplitude and voltages are also equal amplitude. Okay. So the phase currents remain same. Okay. Line currents are equal in amplitude. Phase currents are also equal in amplitude and line currents are also equal in amplitude. And line current will be √3 times that of phase current. How you are going to get that? So here I have drawn the phasor diagram. Since the source is a star connected system, I should have VAN here as my reference phasor, IBN here, and ICN will be here. Okay. And line voltages will be 30 degrees leading with respect to that corresponding phase voltage. So VAB is 30 degrees ahead of VAN. VBC 30 degrees ahead of VBN. And VCA 30 degrees ahead of VCN. Okay. Right. This line voltage VAB divided by impedance ZP. If I do, I have got a current of IAB. Let's say that is falling here. The phase angle is theta. So IAB is falling here. So if I want to calculate IAA, what I should know? IAB minus ICA. So IAB is here, ICA is here. So minus ICA will be falling here, and IAA will be exactly falling at the center of these two phasors. So it will be here. Is it clear? So IAA, if you do, again, it is exactly falling in between those two. So you'll again get √3 magnitude more compared to your phase current. So that's why line current is √3 times that of the phase current in a delta connected system. Okay, so what is the phase angle between this IAB and IAA? Can anyone say? Phase angle difference between these two. IAB and IAA phase angle difference.
60.
30.
How much?
IA
30.
30.
Difference between IAA and IAB I am asking. So it will be 30 degrees. Y means, let's say this is your reference. This is 120 and this is plus again 120 from this. Okay. So if you are plotting something in opposite direction, it will exactly maintain 60 degrees between these two. So the phase angle between IAB and minus ICA will be 60 degrees. If you apply parallelogram law of addition of these two phasors, you will get exactly 30 degrees difference between these two. Okay. So your IAA will be exactly at the center of these two since the amplitudes are same. So you will get 30 degrees phase difference between IAB and IAA. So what is the conclusion from this? In a delta connected system, the first conclusion is phase current and line currents are not the same. Okay, line current magnitude is going to be root 3 times more than the phase current magnitude. Okay, so if phase current RMS is, let's say, 10 amperes, line current RMS will be root 3 into 10. Okay, and if you talk about phase angle, line current will be lagging your phase current by 30 degrees. You can see here, AB is here and AA is actually here. That means line current is going to lag your phase current by 30 degrees. If you see, this is your phase current IAB flowing from A to B, and this is the line current I am talking about. This line current IAA is going to lag with respect to this IAB by 30 degrees. Okay. If you talk about ICC, it will be lagging 30 degrees with respect to ICA. If you talk about IBB, it will be lagging 30 degrees with respect to IBC. Right. So in a star connected system, whether it's a source or load, line voltage is not the same as phase voltage. Line voltage will be root 3 times more than the phase voltage, and line voltage phase angle will be plus 30 degrees with respect to phase voltage. In a delta connected system, voltages are same. Line voltage and phase voltage are same. Okay. Line current and phase current, if you talk, okay, in a delta connected system, as you have seen here, in a delta connected system, line current and phase current are not same. Okay. Line current will be leading phase current by lagging phase current by 30 degrees, and amplitude will be root 3 times more. Right. Here amplitude is through root 3 times more, and line current is larger than the phase current by root 3, and line current lags phase current by 30 degrees. Okay. So this is when your star connected source is connected to a delta connected load, balanced load. Right. So is it clear to everyone or not?
Sir,
Yeah. Any
Sir?
doubt?
sir, line voltage is VAB, no, sir?
Yeah.
Line voltage.
Yeah.
Right.
Line voltage is VAB.
So then.
So this
you are
VAB
saying
is same
line
as
current is,
source voltage VAB. Can you
Sir, then
repeat
line
once?
current. Sir, then line current should be IAB, no, sir?
No. So if you talk about up to this point, okay. So these are the three phases. You have A, B, and C. So I have connected in delta fashion. Delta fashion means I am connecting an impedance between AB terminals and an impedance between BC terminals and impedance between CA terminals. So if I connect in this fashion, that is called as delta connection. So finally, how many terminals will be available at the load? One terminal A, another terminal is B, another terminal is C. So I have three terminals. Okay. Each phase load, okay, one particular phase, it will have two terminals, right? So that means this one and this one. Since I have connected in this fashion, finally I'm getting three terminals out because this is A, this is B, and C. This kind of connection is called as delta form of connection of your load. Okay. If I connect in this fashion, then I'm having 3 terminals. So I should connect these 3 terminals to the source. Okay. So if I'm connecting this A straight away to this A phase, this is one way I can connect. B also straight away to B, C also straight away to C. Okay. The current which is flowing between A and B is called as phase current, and I am giving a representation called as IAB. Okay. The current flowing from load terminal A to source terminal A is called as line current. Okay. So it is existing between A of the source and A of the load. So that's why the subscripts are shown as small a and capital A. Okay. So I am considering this as line. That means the wire which is connecting A of source to A of load is I am calling it as line. Okay, so that's why it is represented as IAA and I am calling it as line current. So I have cleared your doubt, I feel so. So whether
Yes,
it is
sir.
cleared or not, you say.
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
Understood, no? Okay. So this is how we are representing. So this representation itself indicates us whether I'm talking about line current or phase current. Okay. Right. So we'll go through this problem. For the circuit shown below, it is pretty simple. Okay. If you understand all the notations, it is very easy to calculate. By seeing the circuit, even without keeping your pen on the notebook, you can do. Okay. But we'll try to see that. For the circuit shown below, find both the phase and line currents. Okay. And phase and line voltages throughout the circuit. Then calculate the total power absorbed in the load. Okay. Right. So all the notations are already given to you here. So phase voltage is VAN they are asking us to calculate. Okay. And VBN they are asking us to calculate. VCN they are asking us to calculate. Phase current at the load means current flowing from capital A to capital N. That is your phase current. Since it's a star connected system, phase current and line current are same. That means IAA will be same as IAN. Okay. Right. And they are asking us to calculate the line voltage also. That means what is VAB, what is VBC, and what is VCA also. Okay. So one phase voltage is already given, and they are saying it is a balanced system and positive sequence we are considering. Okay. When I say balanced system, even though I don't connect a wire between this small n and capital N, that means neutral of source and neutral of load, by default there is some wire and it carries no current because it is a balanced system I am saying. Okay, so by default one wire is existing between small n and capital N, that we can assume. Okay, because it's a balanced system I have specified. Okay, so now try to calculate phase voltages, all 3 phase voltages first, next all 3 line voltages, next find out the phase or line currents. Try to do that. Yeah.
Sir, phase voltage will be 200 for VAN, 200 at the angle of 20 degree, at the angle of 0. Then VBN 200 at an angle of -1 degree, VCN 200 at an angle of -240 degree.
Okay. Okay, then calculate line voltages also. VAB, VBC, and VCA also you try to calculate.
346 at the angle of 30 degree.
Okay.
VAB. And
VBC and VCA?
VBC,
Yeah.
so 346 at the angle of 30 minus 120 minus 90. Then VCA 346 at
an angle of minus 210. Okay. Okay, done. So phase voltages and line voltage you have calculated. Now also try to calculate the phase current. Okay, IAN. Impedance is given. This is impedance 100 at an angle of 60 degrees. Okay, so ZP you know. So try to calculate the phase current. How much? Did anyone calculate current?
100 at an angle minus 180.
2 at an angle of minus 60.
Minus 60.
2 at an angle of minus 60. Okay, so that is current for one phase A. That means IAA is equals to IAN. So that is the current. So what will be IBB? IBB.
2 at the angle of minus.
Minus 180. Minus 180.
Minus 180. Okay, so your value seems to be correct. So let's check that. Right. So since a balanced system, VAN 200 at an angle of 0 degrees is already given. So VBN will be, your phase angle will be minus 120, and for VCN it will be minus 240, and RMS value remains same. Line voltage should be 30 degrees leading with respect to that corresponding phase voltage, and magnitude should be root 3 times more than that. So root 3 into 200, whatever value you get, that will be your magnitude, that means RMS value, and phase angle will be 30 degrees. So 30, 0 degrees plus 30. So that's why you have got plus 30 degrees here. Minus 120 plus 30. Minus 90 you got. Minus 240 plus 30. You will get minus 210. Right. That means line voltage is leading the corresponding phase voltage by an angle of 30 degrees. Okay. So what is VP here? What is the value of VP?
200.
Value of VP.
200.
200. So VP
200.
represents the RMS value of phase voltage. So it will be 200. And VL, what is the value of VL?
346.
346. So VL is root 3 times more than your VP. So it will be 346. Okay. So now you know the phase voltages and the line voltages in the entire system. Okay. Now to find out this current, I should simply divide the phase voltage of phase A with respect to that corresponding impedance. Right. So IAA is equals to VAN divided by ZP. So 200 at an angle of 0 degrees divided by 100 at an angle of 60 degrees. So we'll have 2 at an angle of minus 60 amps for IAA. IBB will be, simply you should add minus 120 to this. So it will become minus 180. Next. Again, you should add minus 122 to this. You will get minus 300. Okay. So you have found out the currents in different parts of the circuit and voltages in different parts of the circuit. Next, they have asked to find out what is the total power consumed by the load. So try to calculate that. Total power consumed by the load.
So 600 watt.
For all three phases.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So for each phase, you how you have got that value? For each phase, how much?
IRMS, VRMS cos the angle, that voltage angle minus current angle.
Okay. So per phase means VRMS into IRMS into cos of 0 minus of minus 60 Okay, so you'll get cos 60 1 by 2, so something like that.
So
You have to do
200.
so 200 per phase, and into 3 if you do, you will get 600.
600.
Right. So the basic formula for per phase power is this one. So PAN, that means the average power of phase A to neutral. Okay, is VAN into IAN into cos of angle of AN minus angle of IAN. We have already know this formula. So 200 is RMS value and 2 is RMS value for current. Cos of 0 minus of minus 60, because you have minus 60 here. You have got this. So per phase power is 200 watts, and 3-phase power will be, since it's a balanced system, I have already told, for a balanced system the power consumed by each phase is going to remain same. Okay, all 3 phases will consume same value of power. So that's why you can simply multiply with 3 to get the total 3-phase power. Is it clear? So everyone is able to solve this or not? Or any doubt with regards to phase angle or something?
Sir, previous slide, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, what is the sir line voltage, sir, in diagrams?
Okay, line voltage means this is one line terminal A phase, this is another line terminal B. Okay, so line voltage at the source VAB, if you want to calculate, you have to measure between A and B. Okay, you know VAN, right? This is the value you have, and you know VBN also. So if you want VAB, it is VAN minus VBN. Okay, always AB means VAB, if you are calculating, it is A minus B with respect to N. Okay, that means VAN minus VBN. Okay, so if you take 200 at an angle of 0 degrees minus 200 at an angle of minus 120, further subtraction if you do, you can get VAB line voltage. That means the difference of these two. Okay, if you solve that, you will understand that your amplitude will increase by root 3 times. That means 200 into root 3 will be your magnitude. Okay, RMS value. And the phase angle, if you see, it will be plus 30 you will get. If you want, you can subtract these two and solve. Okay, you will get exactly plus 30 degrees with respect to this one. Right, so that's why with respect to AN, your line voltage will be 30 degrees. With respect to BN, VBC will be 30 degrees. That means for minus 120, you have to add plus 30. Okay, so minus 120 plus 30 will be minus 90. Okay, so VBC will be minus 90. What I am trying to say is, if this is your phase voltage, your corresponding line voltage will be, magnitude will be root 3 times more than this. 200 into root 3 is 346. Phase angle will be plus 30. Similarly, if this is your phase voltage, the line voltage VBC will be simply root 3 into 200, and you have to add plus 30 to minus 120. So minus 120 plus 30 will give you minus 90 degrees. Straight away you can write like this. If you have doubt, you can simply subtract 200 at an angle of 0 degrees minus 200 at an angle of minus 120. That means further subtraction you have to do. If you do that, you will get this value. 346 at an angle of plus 30 you will get. Okay, so that is called as line voltage.
Sir,
Is it clear?
sir, can I say V small b equals to V capital B, sir?
V small a small b equals to,
V capital B.
yeah, you can call it, because if you see here, the small a is connected to capital A, and we are assuming no impedance for this line, ideal line, and this small b is connected to capital B. So the same voltage which is existing between small a and b is existing between capital A and capital B also in the present circuit. Okay, because the lines does not carry any impedance. If I say the line has some 1 ohm resistance, then it will not be equal. Okay. So in the present case, they both are same. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. So this is how you have to solve that. So quickly try to do this problem also. So you are trying to solve this or not? You have any class after this?
Yes, sir.
You have one more class after this or not?
We have one more class.
Okay. Okay then. So if anyone is interested, can note down this problem and solve it, or otherwise we will discuss this problem in the next class. Okay. Right. So that's it for today. So you can leave now. Okay. So we'll
Okay,
discuss
sir.
this. Okay, we'll discuss this problem in the next class. Anyone has doubt, they can ask now. Okay then. Thank you. We'll meet tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.